President Trump just addressed the nation in a primetime speech that felt part victory lap, part warning shot. From a surprise $1,776 Warrior Dividend for the military to an escalating civil war between the White House and the nation's top pediatricians, there is a massive amount of news to unpack today. But behind the upbeat economic headlines, there's a darker reality. Unemployment is hitting a 5-year high, and a major surrogacy agency just vanished overnight, leaving hundreds of aspiring parents in a legal and financial nightmare. Welcome back. Today, we're fact-checking the White House, diving into the Care Revolt, and looking at the legal bombshells dropped by former Special Counsel Jack Smith. Last night, President Trump took to the airwaves for an 18-minute address. The big headline? A Christmas surprise for the military. He announced what he's calling the Warrior Dividend, a one-time payment of $1,776 going out to nearly 1.5 million service members. Trump claimed the checks are already on the way, funded entirely by the revenue from his recent tariffs. But while the $1,776 figure is a clear nod to the nation's founding, the economics behind it are being heavily scrutinized. The president painted a picture of an unprecedented economic boom, but the data tells a more complicated story. Fact-checkers have pointed out 3 major discrepancies. The investment gap. Trump claimed he secured a record-breaking $18 trillion in investment. However, even his own White House website lists that figure closer to $9.6 trillion. Unemployment. He omitted that the unemployment rate actually rose to 4.6% in November, the highest we've seen in 5 years. Inflation. Trump touted falling egg prices, but the latest consumer price index shows inflation hit 3% in September. We haven't had more recent data because of the ongoing government shutdown. While Trump focused on the economy, a massive storm is brewing in the Department of Health and Human Services. The confrontation between HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the American Academy of Pediatrics has officially reached a breaking point. This week, the Trump administration took the unprecedented step of canceling millions of dollars in grants to the AAP. These weren't just generic funds. They supported adolescent mental health, autism identification, and vaccine safety research. The AAP has fired back with a lawsuit, alleging that the administration is violating the Administrative Procedure Act by removing COVID-19 and hepatitis B vaccines from the recommended schedules without scientific justification. Secretary Kennedy argues these changes are about transparency, but the nation's top doctors say this is a move to sow doubt that will ultimately cost lives. With some Republicans in Congress starting to voice concern about healthcare costs and the loss of ACA subsidies, this Care Revolt might be the biggest hurdle for the administration in 2026. Now to a story that is absolutely devastating for hundreds of families. A major U.S. surrogacy agency, CO Connections, has reportedly shuttered its doors overnight. Imagine spending your life savings, often over $100,000, and years of emotional labor, only to find the agency's website dark and the offices raided by the FBI. That is the reality for aspiring parents and the surrogate mothers carrying their babies. Legal experts are calling the industry the Wild West. With records reportedly being shredded and escrow accounts emptied, these families are now in a race against time to figure out who, if anyone, is still responsible for the medical and legal costs of the ongoing pregnancies. On the legal front, things are heating up on Capitol Hill. Former Special Counsel Jack Smith spent over 8 hours in a closed-door session with the House Judiciary Committee yesterday. While the session was private, we obtained portions of his opening statement. Smith didn't pull any punches, stating that his team found proof beyond a reasonable doubt that Donald Trump engaged in a criminal scheme to overturn the 2020 election. Smith defended his work as nonpartisan, even as Trump allies like Jim Jordan accused him of a political vendetta. And keep your eyes on the Department of Justice tomorrow. There is a legal deadline for the release of investigative files related to Jeffrey Epstein. Lawmakers are warning that if the DOJ doesn't follow through, there will be major repercussions. We will be monitoring that drop very closely. Finally, some major news for the future of space. The Senate has officially confirmed billionaire entrepreneur and astronaut Jared Isaac Mann as the new head of NASA in a 67-30 vote. Isaac Mann, a close ally of Elon Musk, is the first NASA administrator in decades to come with zero government experience. His mission is clear: beat China to a permanent lunar base and shift NASA toward a more commercial, fast-paced model. It's a move that has the space community divided. Some see it as the spark NASA needs, while others worry about the privatization of the heavens. From military bonuses to the total reorganization of NASA, the Trump administration is moving at breakneck speed, even as economic warning signs and legal battles mount. What do you think of the $1,776 Warrior Dividend? Is it a well-deserved thank you or a political distraction from the 4.6% unemployment rate? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the news that matters. Would you like me to do a dedicated video on the specific grants the AAP lost and what that means for pediatric care in 2026? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.